So just save the video and I'll report it to New York State of Human Rights. And you're making fun.
I'm not making fun.
You
I'm
know.
posing.
So why you have the two fingers up here?
I'm posing.
You're posing
Yeah.
for the camera?
Yeah.
You know this is an international corporation and that's not
Yeah,
good.
I love to be pretty, you know?
You love what?
Love to be pretty. Let's go.
You love to be pranked?
Get out.
And let's go?
You want me to call the cops?
I don't want to.
Oh, you tried me police? Okay, abusing me. Very good. You're going to jail. You know, and she was laughing. I knew she was lying at me. Please be aware, lying. You know, just to let you know, I'm an African and I know how you treat Africans in this country. I didn't come here to be treated and killed. So I'm going to run away. Okay, but let you know, you're going to be arrested. If you travel abroad, you can be charged for genocide against Africans. So I have your picture. I'm going to forward to the international police. So be careful your vacation abroad. Okay? Because it's a war crime to threaten somebody with police. So I'm going to run away as an African, but if you travel abroad, you know. Because I know what happened. There was a time you put in a sign here that a black guy came to rob you. Ever since then, you've been harassing me as a gay African. Okay, if your police is working with you to torture me, okay, I'm going to report you. Okay, because you're violent, trying to be violent, and this is an international corporation. And don't insult me further. If they hire you to...
You need to leave before you get removed.
Okay, good. Oh, get removed? So you white females, you Karens, you know, whatever you are, whatever you be opposing as or you sound like, I don't care. But let you know, I'm recording you, and this, Mayor Adams, you need to be ashamed of yourself. See what you're trying to city into? Hey, Mayor Adams, you're black American, and look, the white females or whatever they people call themselves now, they may have involved, you know, look how they're treating blacks. I'm in Nigeria and you also treat me worse. When you see me on the street, I approach you, you bypass me. I hope you cannot get charged. I'm trying to use the bathroom, I have money, and the bathroom is open and they mock me. So shame on you if this is the Black American Progress. And Jumaane Williams, shame on you also. You match for white Spanish. I think she's going to claim she's a white Spanish, she's not just a white female. These are the people you match for, so that immigration would respect them, but you won't match for your fellow Africans. You know, for wanting to use the bathroom, they abuse me everywhere. Then the black Americans at Silent Ferry also join in, and the Nigerian embassy wouldn't help me. You know, they say they torture black Africans, especially black gays, black men to death. You know, and insult me everywhere I go. If I wasn't if I wasn't of a stable mental mind, you know, they would have killed me already. And I believe it's an assassination attempt. Because they started abusing me when Trump went to McDonald's. And he was calling Kamala a liar. I used to insult Trump, not really insult him, as he was running for president as a civilian last year. And he went into McDonald's and he was, you know, trying to denote they're an American corporation. And people like Kamala, I said she may not even be a real U.S. citizen because her father is from Jamaica, her mother is from India. And even that Kamala, you know, lost the election because it was inciting race against her. Now they're saying you can incite race even against anybody, American citizen. Now instead, you know, is stopping the security protection for Kamala, even though Biden increased it for her due to threats to her life under this Trump. Well, you know, so they're just running this country anyhow, and they're having the black Americans pick me up and slam me on the floor on the train, and the police will laugh and write my name as bad. You know, apparently they're making fun of Michael Jackson, you know, and stuff, because I used to tell the story that, you know, when I was young, people would tell me I look like Michael Jackson and stuff. You know, I used to tell that story online, you know, and I used to be in immigration prison when my mother brought me here, and my friend Eric Garner helping me after the police took my court papers. They said they were taunting Eric Garner and choked him dead. And Trump blocked the criminal charges from being filed against the Eric Garner killer. So this Trump is working with black Americans to stop them from getting justice and to stop other people from getting justice. And this Eric Adams is obstruction of justice in chief. You know, I need to use the bathroom a little better. I have diarrhea, and this would chase me out everywhere, even at the Silent Ferry. And they said they're going to beat me to death and lie, and Trump is going to pardon them. So this is genocide. you know, and you know, my green card has been stolen on July 23rd, 2019. They were having whites trot me like this, touching me in my hair until I'm stopping. And the police came and slammed me on the floor, went into my pocket, stole my green card, and went and locked me up in the psychiatric hospital, NYU Psychiatric Hospital, Bay Ridge and 4th Avenue, July 23rd, 2019. You know, and then they had the doctor hold me there for days, like more than 7 days or so, and they were all pretending, mocking me, taunting me, and you know, and I said it was just a simple altercation. A white guy was touching my hair, and I told him not to touch my hair on the street, and then the police came and slammed me on the floor. I said, I'm not crazy, I have the right to talk, to express how I feel to a stranger. I said, you know, and they held me there, said I didn't know who I am, I didn't know my name. The doctors lied in my medical report. I said, come on, don't be silly. While I was in that hospital, I called the Nigerian embassy, I called Daily News. You know, the Daily News was so concerned, they were reaching out to me back, they were calling me back. So how can I not know my name? And the Daily News would take me serious, but none of them showed up to the hospital though. You know, they told me they would rather meet me in a safer location, like a quarter. Even the Daily News was afraid that they may kidnap their reporter under that Trump 2019 and declare that person crazy also. The Nigerian embassy said, you know, they'd rather meet me in a safe location. You know, and since then I got released from that hospital. You know, they didn't even want to release me, but there was a court hearing. I had to schedule right in the hospital. I was, you know, fighting for my rights while they were detaining me in the hospital. I scheduled a court hearing, and on the day of the court hearing, they told me they're not going to let me go to court, and they told me to get in a taxi, and they had the taxi drive me to some other location. You know, the court hearing was set for Brooklyn because NYU Psychiatric Hospital was located in Brooklyn, Bay Ridge Avenue, and 4th Avenue. And they had a taxi driving to Manhattan so that I would miss the court hearing. And after, you know, so when they dropped me in Manhattan, a neighborhood I don't even know, you know, I tried to make it back to Brooklyn, but the court was already closed. And I reached out to the Nigerian embassy that I'm not out on the street. Please, they took my green card from me, took my social security card from me, you know, and you know, please, like you promised to help me in outside the hospital. And the Nigerian embassy started hanging up the phone on me. Even up to now, they don't help me anymore. You know, they never helped me actually, but they promise to help me. So this is what is going on. You know, and they told the white females to be treating Nigerian transsexuals or black transsexuals like animal, and this Eric Adam. You know, so America is deporting immigrants. I went to the McDonald's and they chased me out. They don't let me use the bathroom, and then they're having people beat us on the train. A black American lifted me up in the air and slammed me on the floor. I was telling people to help me call authorities that my mother has been killed there. They arrested her in Bellevue Hospital while she was going there for heart disease. She was a Nigerian American, and she was telling me they were abusing her. And before I could get her, they've already killed her. My father has been killed also. So you know, so since this Trump became president, while he was running for office last year also, you know, I had an issue with Trump also in 2011. I went to his hotel in New Jersey, and they threw me out of his hotel also, being a Nigerian, poor, homeless, even though I was paying money in his casino, you know, because my mother had insulted the white police, especially in New York. Me and my mother used to live in Staten Island around 2010 in a basement apartment, and Bloomberg, a white American, had his police, you know, abusing immigrants. They were evicted immigrants from their homes, like me and my mother, kicked us out of our basement apartment without a court order. So my mother went on WB11. Help Me Howard, I believe that's the name of the program. And she said, you know, me and her were evicted, and the white police in NYPD are terrorizing blacks and immigrants. So the friend of Trump was the Homeland Security Chief and used to work for the NYPD. His name is Bernard Kerik. So he insulted me and my mother that some people are losers in basement apartment. I think this is how Trump knew about me and my mother since 2010. And since 2010, if I go to any of Trump's establishment, they'll kick me out. And I didn't really know that this powerful white guy, you know, was after me and my family. And since then, my mother has been killed. And this Trump tried to run me over with his car. Before my mother got killed, I was standing in front of his house. Somebody lured me to go and stand in front of his house. They make fun of us Africans a lot. They said, you know, they said a church group is going to come and give me free food. So as I was standing in front of his house waiting for the church group, I saw this Trump drive his car, try to hit me. And then he said he could shoot somebody from his Manhattan location and he would still win the US election. So I didn't, after I told the press that, I didn't really understand what he was saying, until my mother was taken to the hospital near his house, Bellevue, and they shoot her with an injection and she died. My father also, they shoot him with a bad injection and died. So whatever, if they're going to wipe out the entire black family, and this country needs to account and say they're deporting immigrants, and everybody's afraid of speaking out. So I just went to the McDonald's, and the white females there won't let me use the bathroom, and one of them was laughing. I said, "What are you doing? Why are you shaking your body?" She said, "Because you're recording us, I'm just posing for the camera." And she was like kissing the camera. I'm like, "Please, can you be serious? I need to use the bathroom." "We're not going to let you use the bathroom. And we're going to call the police on you and say you're a threat to us, and the police would come and destroy you." I'm like, "Excuse me? This is what you turn this country to? You white females, you can be laughing and say you're going to lie to the police?" Say, "Yeah." So after you finish laughing at me, say, I'm calling the police now and say, "I'm going to lie. I'm afraid of you. You're threatening us. Please." I run away from the McDonald's. So the white people are killing people. They would have killed me right now. Please, FIFA America is not set to us to walk up. I'm a Nigerian gay, so they insult me more. Even the Spanish people here, they don't really go after them this severe, but they're slamming the Spanish people on the floor also, put them in immigration prison. So FIFA, please, the World Cup is not safe. Next year, they're not letting immigrants use the bathroom. I don't know what they're going to do to me. My father is dead. My mother is dead. But you, FIFA, please help me investigate this. My blood will be on your hand if you don't help me, FIFA. Because you FIFA president, say Trump, and it's not going to hurt these immigrants. Infantino, FIFA president. So please stop making fun of me, you white people. This another white woman. She said too early. I don't know her, but I see her a lot. I think she's homeless. I don't know if she's an undercover immigration officer, but she's always following me around everywhere. And when these white people start picking on me, they'll start saying, mocking me. I went to the McDonald's and the two white females there were making fun of me, said they won't let me use the bathroom. I said, you don't, and they were laughing. One of them was like blowing kiss or whatever she was doing. I said, "What are you doing?" "I'm recording you." She said, "I'm just having fun." So and now she not to me, "I'm going to call the police and say, you're scaring us." She was laughing all along. But she changed her voice and she was like, "I'm going to call the police and claim you're scaring us, and we need the police enforcement." So they're laughing and saying we immigrants are a threat. And they're not even afraid of us. And this Trump is deporting immigrants also, lying to the Supreme Court that we immigrants were scaring him. And this whites are making up lies about immigrants. I said the immigration will slam immigrants on the floor, slam people, say, we're a threat to Trump. And they're busy laughing behind the court back. So U.S. Supreme Court know the game they're playing. And said Trump says he's going to remove all the 20 million immigrants, even those that have acquired U.S. passport. He's going to find an excuse to remove everybody. And nobody supports me. My cash app is NYC Homeless. If anybody wants to donate money to me so I can go to court, I don't know what they're going to do to me, but I'm afraid they will spill my blood. My father's blood has been spilled, my mother's blood has spilled, and nobody should be committing genocide. They said this Trump is worried that the Spanish population will outnumber the white population by 2050. And this is why, and they're using this as a form of spilling blood. My mother was a Nigerian American. Before she died, she got me a green card. And then they arrested me after they killed my mother. They arrested me in 2019 in Brooklyn. And the police went into my pocket to remove my green card, remove my social security card, and stole it from me. And they went and locked me up in the mental ward. Said, they saw me on the street and I was fighting. And I wasn't fighting, I was in Berwick Avenue. And this white guy came and started touching my hair to provoke me. So I told him, "Please, can you stop bothering me? I'm sitting in front of police camera." I always sit in front of police camera because I know they were planning to lie against me in 2019 and get my green card from and deport me. So I always look for where there's police camera and I'll sit there. I'm homeless. As I was sitting in front of the police camera, this white guy came and started pulling my hair. I said, "Excuse me, the police camera is watching." And the police came, said, "You're fighting." I said, yeah, I always sit in front of the police camera because for my safety. I said, this is Berwick Avenue and 4th Avenue. I said, white guy was pulling my hair. "Can you please arrest him?" They told him no. and they knock me on the ground, put their hand in my pocket, remove my green card, remove my social security card, and went and locked me up in the hospital nearby. And the doctors joined with them that I don't know who I am, and I'm a safety hazard. And they said, so so please, since they're abusing me as a gay Nigerian, and nobody will help me. The lawyer said won't help me. And since that, I spent 7 minutes in the psychiatric hospital. When I came out, I went to all the law offices, and they wouldn't help me. Say it's not serious enough. You didn't die. So they're abusing us immigrants like crazy. So now I can't work anymore. I used to work as a homemade aide. I used to make like $30,000 a year. Now I'm on the street. I can't take a shower, brush my teeth. They reach into my pocket, remove my green card, remove my social security card, stole my Nigerian passport, and I don't know if they sold it, and these white police are richer. I used to earn $40,000 as a homemade aide. People like me on the job, and now, I'm homeless on the street. So this is what America is turning people into immigrants, into criminals. And they say, and the white woman they were dancing, and they said they were going to call the police on me, and lied. Said, I'm a criminal, and I came there to attack them. Just for going to the McDonald's. So, and they abused me in the morning. And I believe there could also be a religious cult. My mother used to go to a church in Nigeria. His name is Pastor T.B. Joshua. He's now dead. And that church, that man had so much spiritual powers. He was able to predict when Michael Jackson would die. He was also able to predict when Princess Diana would die. So in 2015, he said, he put a video on YouTube that God told him some people are going to die in 2015, but God wants them to be raised back to life. So he did a prayer. So if anybody dies in 2015, play this YouTube video on their corpse, and they will rise back to life. My mother knows this guy, Pastor Joshua. So when they told me my mother is dead in 2016, I went to Bellevue Hospital, and I told them I want to pray the prayer, play the YouTube video of our corpse. And they told me, no, we don't allow prayers in America. So I don't know if that prayer would work at all. He said it's the good morning prayer. So God said, anything you do early in the morning will be successful. So they've been trying to kill me early in the morning. He said, God told them the secret to success from now on is doing things early in the morning. They said my mother died early in the morning also, as well, arresting her at Bellevue Hospital. So early in the morning now, they tried to attack me. Called the police on, and that woman passed by. Says, too early in the morning for you. So this is like a white American cult using a Nigerian church prophecy to try to kill a Nigerian early in the morning also. A black American helping me, they went and choked him dead, Eric Garner, on Staten Island. So they've killed so many people, and no law in America will help me. So they need to investigate them as a religious genocidal cult. They attack me, especially in the morning. And they're using me as an experiment based on that Pastor T.B. Joshua Church prediction that God said that there's going to be a special favor, and whatever you want, do it early in the morning, and God would make it happen. So they always try to get me killed early in the morning. So this is genocidal cult, and the world has to investigate this.